Hey everyone, welcome into the reading. So this is going to be another weekly read for all 12 zodiac signs. We're looking at the energy specifically for June 29th through July 5th, 2026. And keep in mind, even though we are looking at a 7-day time frame, sometimes these readings are more generalized or big picture for you. So something to think about as you are listening. And then I just laid out the decks that I'll be using today so I don't have to say them in each segment. So we're going to start off with your overall weekly energy with the archetypes, the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. And then we'll go into your personal energy with the Serpent Fire Tarot. And then for the details, I'm just going to interchange these through for each sign, depending on which deck I feel is best for that sign. I just wanted to bring these out. I haven't worked with them in a while, but I really, really love them. There is one missing. It's called the Jupiter Power Tarot. I have not bought that one yet, but hopefully soon I'll get my hands on that. And then this is just the 12 zodiac signs. This is how I pretty much do it. So I'll shuffle these, and then as I am going through, I'll just flip one over to see which sign is next. But these cards come from the Celestial Bodies Tarot. If anybody is interested, I'll try my best to put the description or the links to these cards in the description of the video. But yeah, as always, my intention here is just to provide some clarity, insight, perspective to your current situation and hope that it helps somebody who's listening. I do have faith and trust that these messages are meant to be said and they're meant to help somebody here. All right. Well, I hope you have a great week and we'll see you in the reading. Okay, let's see who's coming up next. All right, Aries, this is your reading. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Happy that you stopped by. So let's see what's up with your energy for this time. What's up with the Aries group that I'm picking up on today? Let's get one card for their overall weekly energy. Aries, please. One card for the Aries. Okay, that's two cards. I sort of saw this one, so I'm going to go with that one. Oh, there's two. Anyway, okay. Well, we have the Vision and the Hunter. All right. Beautiful cards here. So let's move this out of the way. Let's focus on these two for now. All right. So it looks as though, I mean, obviously, right, with both of these together, there is focus and an intention coming through really strongly. You can see it, right? Like you have the vision in your mind. You know what it looks like. You know the results you're trying to accomplish, you're trying to get. You are, it makes me feel like you're working, whether you're doing this consciously or unconsciously, but you're working on like manifesting something. And a lot of it has to do with seeing it, right? There is a strong energy around the sense of sight, right? Of vision, whether that is like you're looking at a vision board, maybe you're creating a vision board, or if you haven't, maybe this is a good idea for you to do so. You're looking at inspiration online. Maybe you already have references in your home to like show it to you every day, right? Like you pass by a certain area, you see it, right? Like it's always there. And so because you're connecting so frequently with this vision, it's starting to, you're starting to go in directions that will take you to it, right? It's almost like the universe is opening up doors or opening up roads for you to take, right? Like go here, do this or whatever. So throughout your days this week, there may be energy around you ending up in places that is just one step closer to attaining this vision, right? With the Hunter card, I mean, obviously it looks as though it's like pinpointed, right? Like everything else, all the distractions, the bigger picture is not relevant at this time. It's just that one focal point that you're going after, and you're trying to hit your target here. I do get a lot of like inner power, inner strength, like a force coming through. For some of you, it's like I want to say like a primordial or like just like a really strong feminine force. So you can be tapping into whether you're male or female, but just more of that feminine power of creativity, of receptivity, right? Like of acquiring and bringing in. Um, so in your approach to this, maybe it's not so much of like you going external, like the masculine energy would. Maybe it's more you absorbing and like calling in, right? It feels as though like you could be here, your goal can be here, and it's more of like meeting each other in the middle instead of your goal being here and you going toward it, right? Like there's something about you're like pulling it in, if that makes sense. So that's like the vibe or like the energy that I'm getting from this. But also there's something sacred about this. There's something that is special that, you know, you want to be gentle with this thing, right? Like there is a sense of protecting it as well. Um, and really creating a sort of cocoon around it to be able to shield it from the external forces or whatever that is. There's also a sense of, I'm so sorry. I mean, right away I wanted to say shapeshift, but I was trying to go more for the energy of the owl that is a little bit psychic and intuitive, right? Like seeing through something. So there's energy around seeing past the surface through into the belly or the root of a situation here. Um, so yeah, like a lot of this has to do with attracting and pulling in what you want, right? Your target in a sense, but then also using your internal instincts, your intuition, to go about it. Okay. All right. So let's put those there. Let's get one card for your personal energy. What's in the personal energy for the Aries, mind, heart, body, soul at this time? Yeah, definitely. Like everything that came through for these two cards is wrapped up in this card here. Okay. You know something to be true. You see it happening. You know it's coming. There is, you are just really like really attached to this project or this vision that you have. So much so that it's creating like a psychic connection to it. Okay, like the more you focus on it, the more you think about it, you're starting to create some sort of spiritual, energetic frequency connection. Okay, like a cord connecting you to the thing. But there's a lot of observation, a lot of privacy. I'm getting some privacy coming through here. Like you're doing this in private or you want to keep it private, which is good, right? Like sometimes these things are not for everybody to know. Um, and especially if it's something that's really sacred and really precious to you. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's so much inner force, like I was saying, like that feminine inner force that's coming through, the primordial energy coming through. Your higher self is speaking strongly here. You feel like you're on the right page, on the right, uh, what is this? Like on the right path. Um, because you're so connected to the universe, to spirit, to your higher self that you know you can't go wrong, right? I love this. Okay. All right, let's go into more detail for the Aries, please. Seven of Cups. Options are coming through. Seven of Wands, two sevens. I feel like there could be a little bit of illusion, or like if your environment is creating some sort of illusion, um that you see clearly, right? Like you see past something here. Um like you're not going to allow it to distract you, okay? Yes, you have options, and it's almost, I don't know, cuz I don't necessarily subscribe to the idea that the universe tests us. I don't like to think that. But I mean, maybe in this, oh no. Sorry, I have to pause. Okay. I don't know where I left off because my doorbell rang, but let me get another card here. All right, so we were going over the Seven of Cups, you having options, but also the distractions are around, right? Like they're sort of hovering around you, tempting you, or literally trying to distract you. I think I was talking about the universe testing you as well. But we do have the Seven of Wands here, indicating that this pursuit is not going to be the smoothest or easiest process, right? You may feel like you have just external circumstances or external things coming at you, right? Like sometimes we go through moments where life just hits us and it's just like one thing after another. And this could be in the form of like just circumstance situations, or it could be people who are also requesting or asking more of you or from you at this time. And I think that you're trying to stay away. You're trying to be like quiet. You're trying to be private, because you're super focused on this thing right now. You're also highly observant, okay, and looking at all of the activity and maybe for some of you, like drama happening in your surroundings or in your environment. I'm also getting a sense of waiting. Okay, there's an energy here of waiting with the King of Swords, like waiting for this to end, waiting for something to resolve itself, but you're not involved in this. All right. So you're doing your thing. At the same time, your external environment is a little chaotic. Maybe there's a lot of drama happening there. Um, and you're just like over it, it feels. It also feels like if you have heard something over and over again, and you're to the point where it's like, how many times do I have to hear this, right? Like you already said this, like you're still like, maybe somebody is telling you their situation, you're like, you're still going through that, like why are we still talking about it, why are you still bringing it up? I don't know, but it does feel like that. Like if I am sort of looking into someone's daily life here, of like, I don't know, maybe your partner or somebody in your household is coming home and just like, hey, this, and this. And you're like, oh my God, for the millionth time, like you told me this, every day. So it does feel like you're over it. Like you just need your alone time right now. You need your alone time to focus, to come up with your plan of action. Whatever this is, whether this is like you're doing intention work, right? Like you're setting the right energetic frequency, right? Like being on the same wavelength as your goal, right? Like from a more mystical or spiritual perspective. Or maybe this is more like you need time alone to research this, or you need time alone to edit this, or like you're manifesting, you're creating, right? And you can't do that with all of the external energy just sort of hitting your vibe. Okay, you have to be in the right mindset. You have to be in the right frequency. You also have the Page of Wands, Ten of Swords, Two of Swords. I want to say the Page of Wands isn't going to do anything about the Ten of Swords and Two of Swords situation, whatever this is. Ten of Swords is energy of like it's so much that it's done. It's so much that it's over, right? There could have been a long period of I want to say pain, okay? Like a long cycle of pain, a cycle of just a lot of worry, anxiety, mental conflict, you know, like the what ifs, or maybe it's just some like mental, psychological toxicity between you and other people, or maybe this could just be even in your surroundings, period, that's happening. But something is coming to an end, which is good. At the same time, the Two of Swords is like indecision and not knowing what to do or where to go from here. I don't think that this is your energy, okay? Because you're coming through super strong here with the High Priestess and the King of Swords. This is just like you're trying your best to hone in your own personal power. You're trying your best to contain. There you go. You're trying your best to contain energy, preserve energy. And there's so much here happening. And this Page of Wands, like I said, this Page of Wands isn't going to do anything about anything. I don't know what this Page of Wands is doing. This Page of Wands is maybe going through it, right? Like so overwhelmed, maybe overstimulated, stressed out. They don't know what to go, what decision to make. They don't know what direction to take, right? They're just so like depleted of mental focus, mental agility. They're so depleted of like just their vital physical energy, and they just cannot make a decision. They don't have the information, they don't have the experience, they don't have the know-how. They're indecisive in their head, they're conflicted. And if you are expecting them or waiting on them to do something about their situation, at least for this time, it's at this time of life or this week or whatever, it's not going to happen here. It does feel like somebody just needs a shoulder to lean on, someone to vent to open up to release all of their energy to. It feels like somebody, may come to you and expect you to take care of a situation or hold space for them as they are releasing all of this pent up stuff that's happening here. But again, I just feel like you're trying to preserve and protect yourself. Like sometimes people don't even realize when they go to another person for advice, or just because that's their friend or their family member, that they can just dump all of their drama and stuff that they're going through on the other person without even asking permission, right? Like nobody asks permission, like, hey, like I really need someone to talk to, like can you be that person for me, and so that way you can make a decision like, okay, yeah, I have the energy within me to hold space for you and be that person. Or, you know what, I don't have it, right? I don't have that energy right now. Like I can't be that person. I can't be, the person you need. So I don't know if this is a conversation that you have to have with other people. Maybe other people are just constantly coming at you with their problems, and you're just like, bro, like I just want to do my thing. I have this goal, this vision that I want to achieve, and all of this external stuff that's going around is not helping, right? Like maybe you have to just go quiet for a week, and put yourself on do not disturb and just do your thing. All of this stuff will sort itself out. And if it doesn't sort itself out, it'll be there once you're done doing what you're doing. So just something to think about here. And I hope that this reading helped you so that way you can navigate these energies more consciously throughout the week. All right, Aries, that was your reading. Thanks. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Okay, let's see who's next. Taurus, welcome into your reading, Taurus. Glad you're here. All right, let's get started with a card for your weekly energy. Overall weekly message for the Taurus, please. Taurus. These are a little bit weird to shuffle. What's up with the Taurus? What's coming through for the Taurus today? Taurus group I'm picking up on. What's in there? Oh, okay, let's see. Ooh, the Lover. Beautiful. All right. So I feel more so this is your energy that you're in. You may be dealing with a lover this week, of course, right? Since this card came out. But more than anything, I feel like you're coming through this way. Like you want to love. Your energetic state is in a state of loving and being a lover, right? Like doing something for your person or the people in your life. If this is romantic, like you maybe are doing something romantic for your partner or the person you're interested in. Um, Maybe you're planning a date, or I don't know, just bringing more sensuality and romance to your life. And I think that the Taurus does a really good job with that. I mean, you are an earth sign ruled by Venus, right? So, these aspects of life are always super important for you. And I think that you see beauty in everything and you're able to, what is this? Like pick out the beautiful things in life, right? Like not just aesthetic, but like in people even, right? Like see the beauty in others. I'm hoping that you're seeing the beauty in yourself as well, and maybe that's another reason why you are coming off so sensual and loving like that, because maybe you are feeling really confident at this time. Um, so that's a good thing. And then, of course, for some of you, I mean, there may be topics or concepts of love, relationship, union, physical intimacy, sexual energy coming through this week for you. But let's get some more details and see how it's going to show up. All right, what is up with the Taurus's personal energy at this time? One card for their personal energy, mind, heart, body, and soul, please. Of course, this is you. I always think she looks like Adele, and Adele is a Taurus. But anyway, that is your card coming through. When I say confidence, like for real, right? Like this is you at all of your glory, coming through, showing up fully, authentically, 100% you. There is something grand, like your presence is seen, your presence is known. And I do think that sometimes you can be a little quiet or just like in the background, but at this point, or at least for this week, you are not, right? Like you're the star, right? And I did pick the Star Power Tarot for this reading, not knowing what sign I was going to get. So that's interesting. But yeah, like you're shining, you're glowing, people are noticing you. You're getting a lot of attention. And there is also a really strong ability to create and manifest something at this time. Like your tendency to work with your hand and build with your hands to build something beautiful is coming through strongly here. There is something about like, I don't know if you guys are into chakras, but not the popular ones. Like there are other parts of the body that maybe are not looked at when it comes to chakra. I would look into that, like which ones are coming through, like something about that is prominent right now, like there, or maybe it's just you're aligned, right? Like you're feeling really whole and put together emotionally, mentally, physically, like everything, even spiritually, right, is all coming together. But there is something about chakras that are not known. I don't know what that means. But I do know that there are certain parts of the body that are considered to have chakra or energy. I don't know what I'm saying, Taurus, but that's how it's coming through. Anyway, so that's your personal energy. Let's go into more details. All right, what's up with the Taurus? Knight of Pentacles. King, oh no, Knight of Swords. So you have two knights here. I don't know, these are two different people or two versions of self. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you're definitely communicating with someone. Okay, there's two people here. One person is more of an earthly, stable, consistent vibe. Very in tune with their senses, very in tune with nature, very practical, cautious, is dependable, like wants to show up for the people they love, right? Like wants to do something for them, wants to provide for them, like things like that. Knight of Swords is a type of person who is more wordy, who has a lot of opinions, okay? Thoughts are just constantly flowing, words are constantly flowing. And then the Three of Pentacles, I feel like I don't think the Knight of Swords is you, to be honest, okay? I feel like the Knight of Pentacles person is listening to the Knight of Swords and evaluating them. Does that make sense? Like not just observing them, but evaluating them. Hold on. Like, what is this? I want to evaluate is not the best word for this. This is like rank. I'm getting ranking. Just like evaluating them so you can make your judgment. You can understand or see like what you think about them, right? Like provide your opinion, like maybe you cannot gauge this person that well right now, so you're evaluating what they say, how they look when they show up, their mannerisms, their choices, their belief systems, like all the things, so you can make your determination as to whether or not, one, right, like you want them in your life, or two, like who they are, like who are they really? And you're trying to like gather information about them so that way you can make your opinion. Two of Swords. Yeah, you're hesitant about this person. Justice. Justice is making me feel a little funny. And the Chariot. What is it about justice here? Well, the Two of Swords is showing hesitation, okay? And because you don't have all of the details, you're not sure. You're not sure what you're going to do, what way you're going to go. Obviously, you are thinking about it and you are reflecting on that. A lot of communication here happening between these two people for sure. And then the Chariot is like, what direction are we going to move toward, right? Like, is this the next part of life for you? Is this the next phase? Like, you have an opportunity to jump on this wagon and jump on this train and like go, but you're not sure for some reason. And justice is here to balance things out. Justice will always come to balance things out, right? So if you are feeling like you just don't know, which obviously you are with the Two of Swords, um you will figure it out. Like, it'll show itself. The answer will show itself. The thing that you need to know, the information, like there will be in what is this? Like universal intervention. Like the universe, God's sword spirit is already working on this, okay? Like, how this plays out has already been written in some sort of like record, like spiritual, ethereal, universal record, like however this is supposed to play out. I think it's good for you to feel confident and steady in your body and in yourself so you can navigate these energies and flow with them as best as you can, considering that you are in the unknown or uncertain. Because you're so confident and put together, like you're going along for the ride, basically, you know? Like, that's how it makes me feel. You're getting to know this person. This feels new. You're working together to build something as well. So maybe it's not just the fact that, they are in your life because you're getting to know them, but it's also there's something that you both need to do together, whether you know that or not now. At this point, like, whether you know that or not, that will unfold. The both of you are meant to build something together, to work on something together. And it's just a matter of like finding a commonality or a way to work well with one another. But I think you're good with it. You're excited about it. And it's just like, yeah, let's just go with it and see what happens. The uncertainty is here, but I do think that you have trust that you'll be all right. The Two of Swords is just, hold on, I'm trying to feel out the Two of Swords. I'm getting like somebody here has a tendency to be hot and cold. There's something about like, let me run away a little so this person can come after me. Um, like, I'm getting also like very much playfulness. Okay. I'm also getting Gemini energy in your reading. So I don't know if you have like Gemini placements because you're a Taurus. So you may have like a Venus Gemini, a Mars in Gemini, something like that. But there is a lot of playfulness here and strategy, like mental strategy. But I'm not getting like negative or toxic mental games. I'm getting fun mental games. And maybe you've met your match, right? Like, maybe before, if you are the type of person that likes to play little games like that in relationships, maybe before people didn't like that so much, or, they wouldn't understand it. But for some reason, like, I feel that maybe this time around with this person, they get it and they're receptive, or maybe you're bringing out their playfulness as well, if that makes sense, or vice versa. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, however this is meant to unfold, it will. Okay. And the Chariot is telling me that, like, you're meant to be here with this person. You're meant to build and work on something with this person, but it's also going to take you on a journey. Okay. And you're meant to go on this journey at this time. All right. Okay, Taurus, that was your reading. I hope you got something out of it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. All right, let's see who's next. Gemini, welcome into your reading, Gemini. So glad you can make it in. All right, so let's get started and see what the weekly energy is about for you. What's up with the Gemini this week, please? Gemini, just one card for the overall weekly energy. The Desert. All right. So there may be a feeling here that things are just not flourishing, are not growing. Maybe you are in a dry spell in some way. But at the same time, even though the desert is not necessarily known for rich nutrient growth, growth does happen, right? It's just its own type, its own kind. So there's something here about, I feel that the energy is more so like, don't expect to be the same. Don't expect to have the same or for outcomes to turn out the same as somebody else's or as previous times. There's something that's unique, that it needs a certain type of nurture in order to flourish, right? The type of nurture that one would give this thing, whatever it is different from the norm. Okay, it needs special attention, special care, in order for things to grow here. So I don't know what that means. Obviously, this is very metaphorical, but there is a way. It's just not the same way that you're used to or that society has, told you, right? It's not the same way as maybe your parents did it, or it's not the same as how you've done it before. There's something about that there needs to be like a little bit of research or experience in this thing specifically in order to have a breakthrough of some kind. Because if you go about this thing the way you always have or the way you've been told to, it's just not going to work out very well. Okay, you're not going to get the results or the growth that you need. Not just that you expect, but the growth that you need. I don't know what this is about. Maybe it'll come out in the reading. Let's see. Six of Wands. All right. So you want to accomplish it. You want to, like, in your heart of heart, in your soul, like all of your hard work and effort, like it's all in the effort to overcome this thing, to make it happen. Like you want to find the trick. You want to find the special, what is this? Like special way of making it work. It's almost as though you've been really consistent with it and you've been trying different things, and there's something about, okay, let's try it this way this time. Like you're looking for the ingredients, you're looking for the right approach, I guess. I think that it's going to take some like effort in research, or it's going to take you to ask people for help or go to people who have experience. And I feel like you have already, to be honest. But either way, you're trying to accomplish this thing. Okay, you're trying to overcome something. It's a little vague for me. I can't really pinpoint what it is. Queen of Cups, Seven of Wands, so Seven of Wands is about a group of people or a situation where things just don't feel very smooth. Things are not clear. There's a lot of moving pieces. You know, it feels like you are getting hit with things from all directions. There may be a need to like fight some of this stuff off in order to give you peace. in some way. You have the Seven of Wands energy, which is a little bit chaotic in the middle of so much love, so much care, so much nurture. Maybe you're trying to fix a conflict in your family or in your workspace, in your it's like being the mediator. Maybe you're a mother who is trying to um prevent or stop your children or your family from arguing, or um I don't know. It's like so many people want different things, and sometimes, like in some cases, so many people may want different things from you, and you're trying to prioritize and you're trying to like be there for everybody. um but at what point does this group of people realize that they're doing this to you, right? Like, when is anybody going to realize, like, whoa, like we're putting too much on the Gemini, you know? How can we help the Gemini help us, right? So I don't know. It's just and you're definitely trying to like find the trick. I think it feels like you're trying to create a flourishing environment where love can flourish, care, nurture, compassion, compromise. Um there's something about that. Like so much love and care is coming through, and you're trying to like create this type of situation, this type of energy in a situation that is you feel does not have it. Okay, like there's a dry spell here with the desert. There's a dry spell of emotions. There's no emotion. There's no love. There's only pure will. And I'm getting like very selfish people, or people who are not very aware and present in life, and are just like filled with desires, right? Like they want this, they want that, they want this, they want that. And so like all of this stuff is superficial. All of this stuff doesn't matter. And so you're trying to make them see like there needs to be more substance, more sustenance, more meaning, more obviously love and care in life, right? Like you're going about life to like these people are just blind to every day that they spend on this earth in their bodies. Like as long as they are focused on these egotistical, superficial um things, they're missing out on experiencing life. And before you know it, they're going to be old on their deathbed thinking to themselves like, wow, I wasted my time, focused on distraction, focused on social media, focused on my pride and my ego here, right? And so I just think that you're trying your best to teach them, to make them wake up, and you're doing it from a place of love and patience, acceptance. Like you see it happening. You still love them, but you're sad for them too, Nine of Swords. Two of Wands. Six of Swords. All right. So, I mean, you are presented with a choice. You're presented with the choice to go and like be in your head and worry and stress, to create fear, to create some situations that um are negative, right? Or you can just let it go. You can let it go and just leave it to God, leave it to the universe, and be like, there's only so much I can do, right? Like, pray for the people, pray for this person, right? And just accept that they are on their own journey. You have done your part. You know, you cannot hold their hand along their own journey, right? Like, you're on your own journey here. And this is either going to break you and mentally, right? Which when you're broken mentally, it trickles to your emotions, and then it trickles to your soul, trickles to your body. So, or you can just release yourself from it, accept what is, let go. But you're so focused on fixing it and accomplishing something, um, you know, because you've been working at that. But at what point do you realize that you've done all you can do, right? At what point is it enough? Um, yeah. I mean, with the Six of Swords, the Six of Swords is literally going away from the Nine of Swords stuff, you know, which is just filled with mental conflict. And you have a choice here to do that. These people are just not ready. They're not ready to meet you where you're at, to be at your level, they no matter, it's like spiritualists. It's like people who feel that they are you know, conscious, and they have healed, and they know, they have experience on how to heal themselves, and they see the world in bigger ways. Like, these people, right, who maybe are tarot readers or healers, or, you know, like earth angels, or, you know, whatever, like, they can they can lead by example, they can teach, they can explain, you know, they can give you advice, whatever. But until the person themselves is ready to hear it and to really take it in and understand it, no change can happen, right? So sometimes the healers, the seers, the oracles, the tarot readers, like whatever, sometimes it's like you notice, like, okay, I've done this much, I've given this much advice, I've given this much effort into helping and guiding this person, but I see that they're not fully ready to take it in, understand it, comprehend it, and put it into practice. And then at that point, you need to stop. At that point, you just accept you've done your part. You've given them enough words of wisdom, you know, and experience more than anything. And you just let them go and be off to their journey. Okay. And so that's what this reading feels like for me. That's the message for you this week, Gemini. I hope it helped and you got something out of it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. All right, let's see who's up. Cancer. Cancer, welcome into your reading. Let's take a look and get started. We're starting off with your overall energy here. What's up with the Cancer this week? Overall energy card. Cancer, please. Cancer. What's happening with the Cancer? What's the biggest focus? The biggest theme? What's most important for them to know? The threshold. All right. So it seems as though at this time of life, you are on the precipice. Is that the right word? Precipice of something big, or just what's coming next, right? So I feel like you've been pushing and pushing and pushing the energy toward something specific, okay? And you're almost there. There is something on the other side for you, Cancer. And I think you know that, and you've been trying your best to work at this for quite some time. But it has taken work, effort, blood, sweat, and tears even. And I don't know, it just feels as though what is about to come into your life is like very, very different from what you expect or what you imagine. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I just mean like maybe you are putting intentions, right, for let's say that you want to do better at your job or something like that, right? And so you're working at it, putting the intentions out there, you know, doing not only the actions, right, like what you can control, but also connecting with spirit and praying, right, for opportunity or something like that. And then once you get to the other side of it and you actually experience the thing that you are feeling, it's bigger than you thought, right? Like it's more profound than you thought. Maybe you were just looking to get better at your job, but instead you like ended up being like the best at it, or like you ended up like getting bonused out, or I don't know. That's just an example, right? Like you're looking for something small and you're working at it, but little do you know that something huge is about to happen. Okay. Um, so you're on the threshold there of something big. All right, what's up with the personal energy for the Cancer this week? One card for the Cancer's personal energy, mind, heart, body, soul. Nope. There's a lot of passion coming through. A lot of like, I know we're in summertime, but like the heat, the fire is making me feel very passionate energy, high energy, like a lot of energy. Maybe you're super busy, you're getting a lot of things done, but I think that health-wise, like you're okay doing that. You have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands. Let's see what I'm feeling with this. There is accomplishment, obviously, right? Like your ability to overcome. There you go. It feels very much like that. Like you needing, or not needing, but you are about to like really take off. Like maybe you started off super slow, you know, and maybe there were some obstacles, and maybe they were your own. I'm getting for some of you your obstacles were like self-made. Okay, like maybe it was like it what you were like. I'm getting also capacity, like your capacity to do something was at a certain level, um and you're about to like break through that cap, right? Like you're breaking through the wall. And again, it came with the action of doing the things, right? Like persistence, repetition, day in, day out, constant learning, not giving up, you know, just sacrificing for the long haul, for the big picture, doing what it takes now so that way later you get the payoff, like that type of mentality, that type of stuff. Does that make sense? So even though you had these obstacles and it what felt like just challenge getting this done, you're about to go on to the other side of this mountain here. You're about to get to it. All right. So perseverance is big for you right now, like emotionally, intentionally, like you're just going to keep going, you know, like you could see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see the payout. You can see the payoff. It's almost there. You're almost there. Okay. All right. What else? Let's go into details. What else for the Cancer this week? The Chariot. Oh my God. That is literally your card. 5, 6, 7. 7 of Cups. Okay. It's like the possibilities are endless. Like you're at a point where the path, instead of it just being like one straight path, you're at a crossroads, and there's like path A, path B, C, D, right? Like all of these different options. And like what do you do now? Like where do you go with this? Queen of Pentacles, love that. Male or female. you're coming through with the Queen of Pentacles, even though you are a water sign, right? And the Queen of Cups is King of Cups is mostly your archetype. You're coming through this way, right? So there is something that you are manifesting, that you are creating, tangibly creating with your hands, with your work, with taking action, and like physically doing something. Okay. There's a lot of creativity that I'm getting with this card as well, even with the Seven of Cups. um I feel like you just want to burst with your ideas, with like creating this vision that you have in your head and in your soul about what you want to accomplish and how you want to cultivate your life. And this next phase, like it's almost like you're almost there. Maybe some of you are graduating, or um maybe you're like a certain contract is ending, and when that contract ends, you're about to like get something bigger and better, right? Like you're so excited and you're so motivated. um but it's definitely a destined thing. Like you are working hand in hand with the universe here to realize your destiny. Ace of Wands, yeah, for sure. Ace of Cups. Oh my God, I can't with you. What else? One more. The Ten of Swords. Well, I mean, so much is starting, so much is happening, right? Like you're literally like these two aces coming through, your passion and the intention that you have with the wands, your ideas, that spark, that fire that's been lit up under you, along with this new feeling, these emotions, um connection, right? Connection to whatever it is that you're trying to create and manifest here. Like you're working hand in hand. This is how you manifest, by, feeling the thing, right? Like connecting with it, soul, like with your soul, with your heart, and taking action. All of this is like the process of manifestation. um there's a lot of opportunity that's coming through, and that's probably why the Seven of Cups is here, because there's options that you're getting these days. And the Queen of Pentacles is telling you, like, be realistic, be practical, okay? Because so many options, maybe you are starting to feel like a little bit scatterbrained, or like not knowing what to do or something like that. But this is like, stay grounded, stay realistic, keep your head to the, like, on this earth. What is possible, what's the best course of action, what can you handle, even because maybe you may start to get like ahead of yourself with all of these different opportunities that you want to do. And so it's like, okay, let's just make a plan, take it step by step. But with the Ten of Swords, I mean, there's obviously an ending, right? Like, there's obviously something that is coming to an end. And this could be an old way of living, an old way of feeling, not necessarily so alive, right? Like maybe before you were just down, or maybe you didn't have as much energy or as much motivation. And like all of a sudden now, like you're really starting to feel it. Dang it. I forgot to get a clarifier deck. Okay. I'm just going to get a couple of cards for this Ten of Swords. Four of Pentacles. And King of Swords. Well, I don't know if this is someone else, someone who doesn't want to let go, someone who doesn't want to let up, someone who is really logical and intellectual, who is motivated by their thoughts and their intellect here, okay, with the King of Swords. So I don't know, this was like a past version of you, someone who is distant, quiet, detached, aloof, like set like stubborn, or like, because you have the Four of Pentacles here as well, so like very much in their ways, like their behaviors, their habits, like were very set in stone. So I don't know, this is a version of you that's ending, right? And you're like waking up again and coming to life again, or if this is another person that you are dealing with in your life right now who is like this. If this is another person, this person does not want to let go, does not want change to happen, is trying to hold on for dear life here, okay? I'm also getting, for some of you, if you've had money or financial issues or concerns, then those concerns are ending here, okay? Because with the Four of Pentacles, there's a tendency to hold on tight to what you have and not really allow flow financially to happen, right? And when you're holding on tight, it's because you are hoarding or you are saving. And I don't know if you're saving because you feel like you have to, because you were in a financial, rut or something like that. But if you were, I feel like this is ending. And there's more abundance and things coming through here. But you're so powerful here with the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, look at that. And then it is your birthday season, coming through this way, just really confident. And you know that you are capable, that you are able to get the things done, to get what you want. And I feel such a force and a powerful force coming through from you, um, especially with this Chariot card and all of the cards here, right? Such a beautiful reading for you, Cancer. So yeah, that is your reading for today. I hope that gave you some insight and perspective to your current situation, and you have a wonderful week. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Okay, let's see who's going next. All right, so Leo, welcome into your reading. So glad you can make it. All right, let's get started. What is an overall general energy message for this week for the Leo? Okay, the underworld. All right, so right away, I'm feeling like you may be feeling that you are not in the world, right? Like in your reality. There may be times where you're thinking to yourself, or you're saying out loud, like, what is happening right now? Like, where am I right now? Like, why is this all going on? I'm also getting, for some of you, people can be acting different or coming across different, like out of character. And you want to be careful if you start to think that people are out of character, because I'm feeling that that could be like a mirror effect. And so, like, sort of looking within and sort of analyzing yourself to think, like, making sure that you're coming across authentic and there's no changes within you. I'm also getting that maybe there are changes happening internally, that you may not be so aware of, right? So more self-awareness can help this week as you are navigating situations and conversations and, social interactions, things like that. Um, but yeah, it just could feel like things are not realistic. You're not living in your reality that you're used to. You're seeing your situation or other people from a different perspective. And then there could be some like messages around shadow work, or like things that you need to heal or work on to see about yourself that maybe you haven't yet, right? Like, so going internal, going deep within, acknowledging, whatever traumas or behaviors that you have that you need to be aware of so you can fix. But more than anything, like I said, I am getting a sense of like, okay, you're not things are happening in your environment this week that's like you're not used to it. There could be like a dark undertone also happening, okay? Like what creeps in the shadows, or just darker energy in general. So I don't know, this is coming from like within or someone else. You have a 9 of Pentacles. Maybe you feel like going dark for a while. But yeah, like, what is this? I'm not like getting too much scary dark, but just more so, being in the dark, like dark energy. I don't know if there's also something around you wishing bad on other people or a situation, or maybe there's like a moment where you get super mad or frustrated at somebody and internally like you wish them bad. That's for like somebody here, I don't know. Okay, so you have the 9 of Pentacles in your personal energy. Yeah, this is perfect. I mean, you are feeling confident in your finances, in your like overall material life, right? Like the things in your outer world. You worked really hard to have the money that you have, to have the job that you have, to accumulate and acquire the things that you have. If you look around and you look at your, your home and the things that you own, your possessions, I think that you'll feel pretty satisfied. There's also something about independence and wanting to sort of do things on your own or be on your own at this time. And feeling like, I'm getting for somebody here, like it's more of a feeling like I might as well do this by myself. Okay. So I think that even that could be like a dark energy of feeling maybe a little resentful, or I don't know, because there's a sense that like you're on your own in this reality because everything is just weird right now, right? Like people are acting weird, situations are coming up that are like not normal, that are out of the ordinary. And so the more that you see that, the more distance you create from these things. Therefore, the more you feel like, let me just do this on my own or be on my own for a while. Okay. And then just working on your money, working on your finances, on just doing more for financial purposes, for material purposes, wanting to acquire things. I'm not taking those. Okay. What is in the details for the Leo at this time? 7 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So see, this is what I'm saying about like going after your money, going after your bag. 7 of Wands here feels like there's just too much in your environment that's like, enough. I'm not going to waste my time on all of this energy. People are just not on the same page. People have different opinions, different desires, different, goals or whatever. Maybe there's the same goal, but there's like people are going about it in different ways, right? Like sometimes maybe you and your partner have a goal in mind and you think that it's best to go this route. Your partner thinks it's best to go that route. And so you're just not on the same page. But there is a need here to communicate about it and work together to build this thing and create this thing. Maybe you're used to your partner sort of agreeing with you all the time, right? Like, or it doesn't have to be your partner, it could be anybody. But there's somebody or a group of people that agree with you the majority of the time. And maybe they're not agreeable right now, or they're just really set on an idea that they have that contradicts yours. So therefore you're seeing them differently, right? Because they're sort of standing up for what they believe or what they like, I feel like somebody else has this idea that they're really confident about, that they can see, that's doable, that's feasible, that's realistic, and they want to do that, but it may conflict with yours. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is, I feel like because all this is happening, it's just taking so long. Okay. But I think it's for the best. It's like if you're working on something and you want it to go quickly, or, I think it's best to be practical, cautious, like, be smart about what you're doing. Maybe you think that it's best to get this done now. Maybe somebody else thinks it's best to wait it out. So therefore it's just like, what's happening, right? Like, I thought we were on the same page, all of a sudden you want to wait, like, why? That's how it feels. But the universe is saying, like, it's probably best to wait. But you're over here like, I'm just going to do it on my own. If they don't want to go my pace, if they don't want to do it the way, you've decided that it should be done, then you're just going to do it on your own. And if it has to do with something that's just for you, then, I mean, by all means, right? But if it has to do with things that impact others in some way, then yeah, you're going to go through this energy of people not being on the same page. Okay. All right. You also have the Ace of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the World. I do think that this bottom part is coming through as the other person that you are dealing with right now. Yeah, they want a change of pace. They want to change their mind even. Maybe they have changed their mind. They're communicating their truth with you. They're communicating facts with you. Maybe they've done some research and they're just like, look at this, right? Like, it's not the time right now, or, we need to do it a little bit differently. Like, they're showing you facts. They're showing you information. Maybe they have some sort of information or resource or something like that, because they're a King of Pentacles here. There's some sort of experience in this that they have, and they're like informing you about it. And then you have the World. Yeah, I don't think you like it, obviously. I mean, it's sort of like bad news, right? Like, nobody wants to hear bad news, or nobody wants to give bad news, but that news needs to be given, and it doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. It just means that it's not going to happen the way you envisioned it, or it's not going to happen right now, something like that. And it will flip your world upside down. Okay. Because I do feel that you've been working really hard at this for a long period of time. The Nine of Pentacles doesn't get what they have, and they have it all just by luck, right? The Nine of Pentacles gets what they have by hard work and determination. And so it's obvious here, because this is in your personal energy, that you've been working at it for a while. But you have some obstacles right now, okay? And maybe it's in the planets, maybe it's the alignments, maybe it's like a Mercury retrograde or something like that. But if it's not time, it's not time. And there needs to be some trust and faith, in the universe, that when it's time, it'll happen. Until then, make the best decisions, do the right thing, maybe prepare yourself a little more, maybe focus on other things that need your attention, that you haven't been focusing on because you've been doing this. So all of that, these moments are good, right? These moments of just hold on a little bit, wait a little bit, they allow you to free up some time, free up some space. And who knows, right? Like, what's to come when it is time may be, or probably will be, exactly what you need, that you don't even know yet. Okay. All right, Leo. Well, that was your reading. I hope it helped in some way. Have a good week. Bye. Okay, let's see who's next. All right, Virgo, welcome into your reading. So glad you can make it in today. So let's get started with one card for the overall message of the week for you. What is the weekly energy about? Virgo, please. One card for the Virgo. What is most important for the Virgo this week? What is the common theme for the Virgo? What do they need to know? Virgo. Ooh, nice. The Mystic. Okay, so it feels like you know something. You know more than others at this time. You know more about something at this time. There is also like experience coming through here, because you have been through a certain experience. You have a certain type of knowledge. Okay. So like, an energetic spiritual knowledge based off of a certain experience that you've had. I don't know if some of you, if I'm referring to like childhood or lifelong experience of mysticism, of spiritual connection, of, you know, just maybe some psychic abilities or being super sensitive to your environment, things like that. Or we're speaking about experiences in you've had a mystical experience, a supernatural experience recently. Okay, like you saw something here. Maybe you remember a time where you saw something, you felt something, you knew something that you couldn't explain. And that has stuck with you. And it's changed you. It's transformed you. And these abilities or this experience that you had is coming through strongly at this time. And I don't know if this is like something that you're also, for some of you, you may experience something like this week. Okay. Overall, you may just be more inclined to research, think about, things of spiritual, you know, like the spiritual side of self or spiritual community. Maybe some of you are coming across more creators, like content creators who are mystical, spiritual, who are into the occult, who can teach you something, or you're feeling like, oh, like I'm not alone in this, right? Like I can relate to some of the things that these people are saying or how they're, you know, explaining something. But it feels very wise, right? Like more than anything, I'm getting experience coming through with that card more than anything. Okay, like the wisdom that comes with experience. So being able to connect with the mystical side of people, of the situation, of the world, something like that, because you have this certain type of experience. In your personal energy, you have the World card. This is yes, okay, in a sense it is completion, but it's also a peak moment. It's like full moon energy, okay? And this week on Monday the 29th, there will be a full moon. So I don't know if you are thinking about that, like maybe the full moon or that night you are thinking about doing some type of mystical work. I think that would be awesome for you to think about, like plan out if you can. But other than that, there is completion going on here. And I feel like you are at a peak moment of self, or like maybe your mystical side. Like, I don't know, like if you're doing ritual, if you're doing seance, if you're doing tarot readings, or connecting with nature, like spell work, intention work, something like that. Like it just feels like you are raising the energy. Like the power is at its peak, the power is at its highest. And you don't necessarily have to be doing that type of work, but it does feel like that for somebody here because of the Mystic card. Your ability to see past, to see through something is strong here. And I feel like when people have that ability to see through another person or a situation and to get to the root of something, it's because they are so in tuned with self, right? Like the more you are connected and self-aware, like connected to yourself and self-aware, the more you've worked on your growth, on your maturity, on your your honing in your skills, the clearer and easier it is to see through people and through situations because of the experience, right? Like good readers, good psychics, good healers, all these types of spiritual, mystical archetypes or people in the world. The good ones are the ones that have done the work on self to be able to see past and see through masks, facades, lies, right? To get to the, like my mom would say, the nitty gritty of a situation because they've experienced these aspects of self before, right? And so that's what differentiates a good spiritual worker against compared to someone who hasn't done that work. Like you can tell the difference, and I don't know if some of you are coming through this way of like strong spiritual work that you're doing here. And it does feel like that, like really profound, really powerful spiritual work, which hand in hand goes into really profound, really powerful personal work. Okay. And cycles, patterns, habits, behaviors, things that held you back, parts of self that held you back, people who have held you back, like whatever, situations that you found yourself in, the things that you would attract over and over and over again. You have an opportunity to change that now, to end that now, to do it a different way now. Okay. All right. What else for the Virgo? Let's go into more detail. Justice. 5 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. All right. Well, we're on the right track here with the 5 and the 6. Yeah, maybe you were just in a time of life where you were struggling a little bit, struggling to get to where you wanted to be. Now, this could be struggling with your self-identity, with your spiritual, psychic gifts, struggling with your belief system, but it could also be like literally in the mundane, right? Struggling financially. It could also be real here. But the 6 of Pentacles is representing help and assistance that is coming to you. God, source, spirit, universe is stepping in here with the Justice card to give a helping hand with the 6 of Pentacles at a time where you feel like you literally need more. Right? And I don't know how bad the situation is, but what is this? Like, okay, how can I, like, part of what I'm feeling here is someone who is so, because because the world here is giving me like peak vibes, right? Like at the top, like you've done enough. You've done more than enough. Like what more can you do? You know, type of energy. But the 5 of Pentacles is like, I can do more, give me more, give me more. Do you know what I mean? So even if you have enough, or even if you've done enough, that insinuates that you're not in need, but you just want more. Okay. And Justice here is like, are you sure? Like you keep asking for more. You keep asking for this. You've gotten it, right? Like why do you keep asking? Why are you still going? You know? And then the world here is like, you can stop now. You can get out of this pattern now. You can go to the next phase now. Okay? And the 6 of Pentacles can be help with realizing that. I think for some of you, like the next phase, when I say you can go to the next phase now, the next phase is you helping. When we have learned lessons, which I honestly believe that we never stop learning, and that, you know, that's like a lifetime thing. But when we have experience and we've come so far, and it's like, what else can we do? The next best thing to do is help, is share your experience, is help someone who is going through the thing that you went through, right? Is providing, this one wanted to come out, Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's truth, okay? Is providing like advice. And maybe for some of you, it's not just advice. Maybe for some of you, it's like something tangible, like that you can help with. But that's what I believe is like, once we have all the information, because we've done the work, we have gone through shit to, you know, have the wisdom that we have. We've really like sacrificed and, you know, been at the bottom of the bottom just to come back up, and we've learned so many lessons, and we've grown and we've matured, and, you know, we have all of this like beautiful, lovely information because of our experience that we've been through. What do you do with it? What do you do next? Right? Like you help someone, you know? And this is how I do it, I guess, like doing the readings in this way. I don't know who I'm reading for, but I have so much that I can offer, and this is the only way I know how to do it, you know? And so maybe some of you, it's instead of asking for more, maybe it's time for you to share and give. Okay. You also have the 6 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Swords. And I don't mean to sound bad or ugly saying like you just want more. It's just the way the words are here just stuck with me. But I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, you have the 6 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, 7 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely overcoming something. Like you're showing up and you're like, "Hey mom, I made it." You know, like I did it. I did it, right? And that feels super strong, right? Like maybe you connected really strongly with, you know, whatever entity you were trying to connect with, or I don't know. There's something about the mystic here. I can't forget that, right? Like if you are doing these types of things, but either way, you've accomplished something great, and the universe is ready to like give you the next thing, and allow you to just go to the next phase. Like you graduated, like, okay, good. Now you're going to this phase. You want more? This is more. This is the next thing. The 7 of Swords though. Oh my God. That's just ridiculous. But I love these cards so much. I mean, you just got to be careful that you're not going to F it up. You know, Seven of Swords. I mean, there's a level of dysfunction or what's the word? Like a little bit of selfishness here. Like you're getting away with something. I'm feeling more of it as getting away with something or trying to get away with something. You're being presented with a gift, with literally the Wheel of Fortune here and Justice. Like this is a gift. How are you nurturing it? How are you handling it? And I don't want to make anybody feel bad or like I'm coming down on you. Maybe this is not you, maybe this is somebody in your life, but how are you nurturing this gift? I don't know. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope it helped in some way and you got some type of perspective out of it. Okay, we'll see you on the next one. Bye. All right, let's see who's next. Libra. Okay, Libra, welcome into your reading. So glad you are here. So let's get started with one card for the weekly energy, the overall message here for you. What's up with the Libra group that I'm picking up on today for this week? Oh, Libra, please. One card for the Libra. Libra energy for this week. All right, so 2 came through. It's funny because I just did the Aries reading and 2 came through for the Aries as well. And Aries is your opposite sign. So you guys are on the same spectrum, just 2 opposite parts of it. All right, so what do we have here? So we have the animal and the heart. Okay. Primal energy coming through with the animal, right? I'm getting like maybe for some of you your senses are super high. Like your sense of smell, taste, right? Like hearing, sight, whatever. Like you may notice a difference in that this week or at this time of life somehow, where you're just more sensitive to certain external environmental things, okay? Um and there's this like inner knowing that you can have, okay? Inner knowing of your surroundings. Maybe you are having like premonitions or like gut feelings that are coming through here. You know, times where you feel like you need to protect yourself or protect your loved ones, or you know, sort of like what is in your environment, to where maybe you just have a gut feeling like, no, I don't want to go there, right? And so there's something about like the protection aspect coming through. But there's also this thing of like purity, innocence, okay? Um, like your intentions are coming from a good place. Your intentions are coming from a loving place. Um, it's like if you think of an animal, like I know that they, whether it's like domesticated or wild, right? Like either way, they have these instincts, right? Like all animals have their certain instincts of survival, especially. So that may be coming up as well, like survival instincts. But so like your fight or flight may be happening here. Like you are in a situation where your instincts have to like just come up from one second to another. But either way, there is a sense of love and having an open heart. And like I said, good intentions, pure intentions here. Um, Maybe you're being a little vulnerable as well. Sharing your emotions and your feelings with another person. I'm also getting some trauma, like sharing trauma, like, like storytelling of an experience or something like that. I don't know if some of you are seeing a therapist, or maybe just find yourself in situations where you are going to be talking through experiences, past experiences. But it's all coming from a place of like healing the heart, having an open heart, and love, of course. Okay. All right, let's see what your personal energy is for the Libra. One card for the Libra's personal energy at this time. Mind, heart, body, soul. What's up with the Libra? The Devil. What is that? All right. Am I lagging? Hello? Hello? Okay, I don't know. I hope it's not coming through really bad. All right. I mean, we talk of the animal, right? And the devil comes through. I feel like maybe you're being tempted, or you are the one who is tempting. You're tempting another person through your primal instincts and your prowess. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say also about the animal. Like the hunter, you know, like hunting its prey for survival even. I don't know if some of you feel the need to tempt another person, but it's coming from a place of like, and I'm so sorry to say, okay, this is just how I'm feeling this energy come through, but it's coming from a place of like, if I don't do it now, then somebody else is going to do it. Or if I don't make my move now, somebody else is going to make it. So it's coming from a place of survival in a sense, right? Like it's either you or another person who is going to take this thing, whatever it is that you are trying to attain. You may also be like overdoing it. You may be in a place of destruction or dysfunction. You know, just feeling like you have to, right? But you're doing things that are not really good for you right now. But there is a sense like, even if it's not good for me, I still have to do it for some reason. All right. So this could be anything, okay? Like, I mean, if you're going after a person, you're doing this with more seductive ways. If this is a health situation, right? Like you're doing things like that are shortcuts or that are not healthy for you to get a certain result. If this is like a work situation, maybe you are manipulating your environment or the people in your work environment in order to get something for yourself, right? Like these are all like sort of quote unquote devilish things that one would do in order to attain something for themselves, right? Things that are not good for you, things that other people would look down at, things that are not like in like from society's perspective accepted, I'm getting. Okay, so I don't know what that's about. There's a lot of overindulgence here, like you just overdoing it when it comes to your vices, overspending even. I think when with the Libra, overspending could be a thing for sure, especially if you have the Devil card. Relationship stuff could be a thing. Relationship drama. 7 of Swords. Oh no. The World. I'm getting like energy, like sucking energy. I don't know, like if you are or if somebody else is doing this. Jeez Louise, what is in your life right now? My goodness. It's like you, and I don't know if this is you. It could be somebody else, okay? I don't know. But it just feels like sucking in, depleting energy. Like there's another person and then there's you. And somebody here is like just taking, all right? This could be like energetic, subconscious manipulation, right? Like sucking in another person's essence in some way. Going to, you know, people or a social gathering or something like that just for the sake of, it's like the energy vampire, right? Or like, what is it called? Something like that, right? Do you, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But there could be somebody else in your environment who's doing this. I don't know. I mean, in your personal energy, you have the Devil card. So you're doing mischievous things here. I mean, it's like, look what I can do. There's a lot of confidence. There's a lot of, a little bit of arrogance, but a lot of confidence coming through in this situation here. Like, you know that you can control this situation to your benefit and get benefit. Like, you're the one that will benefit from it. There is a need to cut it out with the world here. There is a need to like stop the cycle, stop the patterns. I feel like something triggered you. Something triggered you to be destructive. Okay. For some of you, I'm also getting that you left something and you entered something new, or you went to a new place, a different person than you once were. Like you're at this new place, whether that's literally or metaphorically, but you're at this new place and it's like, you're not yourself. Okay. You need, for some reason, you need to put up a mask. You need to put up a facade that you're more seductive, or that you are on the prowl, or that you are some sort of like, I don't know what this is, but I am getting that picture of like you entering a new environment and you're like sort of overdoing it. And it's not coming from a more authentic, natural place, right? Like there's a need to connect with your heart. Whatever happened to create this or to like make you change had to do with the heart, right? Like maybe you have a broken heart. And so because of that, your persona, your character has changed. You're not the same, right? Like maybe at one point you were authentic, you were open-hearted, you were caring and accepting, and you wanted to connect genuinely and sincerely. But ever since something happened, right, that may like hurt your feelings, or maybe you were backstabbed or betrayed or something, now it's just like F everyone, F the world type of thing, right? Like now it's like, look out world, the Libra's here, and the Libra is different, right? Like watch out. And there's also the saying of hurt people, right? There is like something new going on here with the Fool. The Fool is presented with the choice to go to higher, like rise above something and be better. Or if they choose the other road, then they're just going to plummet and go down, right? So, and the Seven of Swords, like, I mean, forget it. This is just, Devil, Seven of Swords, the Fool, very manipulative energy. Very selfish energy. Sneaky. Okay, there's some lies happening here, Libra. There's manipulation and lies happening. Whether, or like, for whoever this is, I don't know. But, okay. 3 more cards. Sorry to be the messenger of this reading, but I feel like you can still get what you want in the right way, right? Like have the right type of confidence, like a humble confidence, not a destructive, prideful, arrogant confidence, right? Like the Queen of Wands can rise above this. He or she has the power and the strength within to handle this situation with authenticity. Okay. to handle this situation and get the results that she wants without needing to lie, cover up, mask, pretend. Okay? There's an insecurity underneath it all at the end of the day. An insecurity. Someone, and it's hard to hear that, right? Like, I understand that. But if you find yourself caught up in something like this, and you hear this reading or something happens where it makes you take a step back and really evaluate and think about what you're doing, at the root of it all, there's an insecurity that is creating this, that is allowing you to behave in these ways. Once you acknowledge that insecurity and work on it, connect with it in ways where it's probably, derived from a traumatic experience, whether that was in your childhood or just an event that happened that sort of hurt you, then you can really work on that to heal it and come out stronger than you were before. People like this are not coming from a place of strength. They're coming, from a place of like needing to survive, to stay on top, to win, to keep up the facade, the reputation, to not show weakness, right? But being vulnerable, even if it's just to yourself in the privacy of your own home, can go a long way. And I do think it's important here with the Four of Wands to be home right now and try your best not to be in the environment in the outer world if you have these temptations to act this way, to behave this way. The world is asking for a change, for something to end, a cycle to end. And the Fool here is like, okay, let's start a new beginning. But you have the power within to begin something new, but you're starting from scratch, essentially. So whatever reputation you want to keep and hold on to is irrelevant at this point. Sometimes life happens like that where, who cares who we were 10 minutes ago, 10 days ago, 10 months ago, right? Like, we're at a pivotal moment here now where we are different. We have changed because of circumstances that created that and made us change. And now the world is open. The options are open, right? For you to go wherever you want, to be, a new version of yourself. And the Queen of Wands paired with the Strength has all of the power and force within to take this on and really end the old ways of being that obviously are not suited for you anymore. It's not necessary for you to be around this energy, to convey this energy, to have this in your life. It's not your life anymore, right? Like, maybe you have better things in your life than you did before, right? Where it's going to require that you really take care of it and not behave in devilish ways. I don't know. I mean, this reading is probably a lot deeper than just a 7-day time frame. It does feel like if it were a normal reading, I can really dive into depth with it, because there's a lot to unpack here for sure. But unfortunately, we're not doing that today. So I do hope that this helps somebody, see your situation differently, take a step back and really evaluate how you are coming across to the world and what you can do better. Okay, Libra, that was your reading. Have a good one. Bye. Okay, let's see who's next. All right, so we have Scorpio. Hey, Scorpio, welcome into the reading. Glad you're here. All right, let's get started and see what is the overall energy for the week for the Scorpio, please. One card for the Scorpio. The Tear. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I hope that this is not super sad of a reading. We'll see what comes through. I'm getting sensitivity more than anything. All right. So I don't know if you are looking for acknowledgement, are looking for some sort of validation, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who is just a little bit harsh and who isn't really, what is the word? Like acknowledging or appreciating something that you've done that you feel you've put your heart and soul into. Maybe you've done something from a place of love. Maybe you wanted to do something for someone else and it just went unseen or unheard, right? Like it just sort of just flew over their head, even though you put so much thought and effort into it. And it hurts, like it hurts because you thought that it was special. You thought that something was there, or and the situation, whether it's people, one person, or just the situation in general, did not sort of like respond with the same amount of care, um acknowledgement, importance as you did. I'm also getting sensitivity in a way of, maybe your emotions are super heightened right now and you're just feeling really fragile. Okay. Like I'm getting somebody who is just like the eyes tear up quickly. You feel it in your chest, you feel it like across your chest, like in your heart. I don't know if your emotions, if your heart's been hurt or if somebody has hurt your feelings in some way. But yeah, there is some sensitivity coming through. All right, what's in the personal energy for the Scorpio? The High Priestess. Yeah, I mean, you know what the answer is, what the truth is. Even if you don't have hard, solid facts, there's something that you see that is like, there's something that you feel, there's something that is happening even though you don't see it happening. Okay. um Man, I don't know. There's silence, there's high observation, so much observation happening here. Man, it's overwhelming, the like what okay, the amount of information because a person like this who is highly sensitive and psychic, right, who can see through people, can see through situations, who's super connected with their higher self, with the energy of nature, with the wisdom that the universe brings. It's hard because these people know too much, and sometimes what they know is hurtful. Okay. Um, so you can have some sort of like intuitive hits this week or at this time that you were not expecting. All right, so all of a sudden something happens that makes you download some information that you were not expecting. You see somebody act a certain way, you hear somebody say a certain thing, a situation comes up and you get one of those psychic hits where you just know something, and this thing may hurt your feelings, may make you cry, may make you feel really emotional. All right, so you have the King of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, Ace of Cups. I mean, if you are a high priestess, male or female, sometimes you know that information that you have is not good information and it's hard to give it. And that's how I feel right now. So the Five of Swords is an energy of selfishness, okay? This type of person is out for themselves, okay? Externally, this looks like people or a person who doesn't really care how their actions impact others. This person doesn't care how their actions impact the situations that they're in. This person just cares about me, myself, and I, right? My desires, what I want, not really thinking about the consequences of a situation, not really thinking about what bridges they're burning or, you know, what is destroying, like what can potentially be destroyed, right? Because when someone thinks that way, when someone cares to make sure that their loved ones, their relationships, their situations that they're in, they want to take care of that, they don't act this way, right? Like they think of consequences, they think of their actions and how it will impact their situation. So somebody here is disregarding that and just going out and doing something for themselves. King of Pentacles, male or female, this person is pretty solid financially, materialistically. They have the resources, they have the money, they have the job, they can do good. They're well off, right? They're more of a practical type of person who, really lives in the real world. Maybe they're not that emotional. Maybe they're not that, I'm getting like very opposite of water, even though water and earth go well together. But it's like, because you're water. So this is not the same emotional connection. Like their emotional connection is not the same as your emotional connection and how that happens, how that works out. And there's clearly emotional connection in focus here. Okay, maybe you feel neglected. I feel that strong. I feel that somebody here feels neglected. With the tear here, High Priestess is very much of a loner energy. High Priestess is also an energy, I want to say, for some reason, of like not being understood. Okay. It's hard to really fully understand a High Priestess archetype for people who have never been or who aren't that way. So it could externally in your realistic environment, it could look like people just don't get you. There's I want to say this, there's no way that anybody can ever really get you. Okay. And so sometimes for people like that, you got to realize that and accept it and stop expecting that from other people. So if you know that you are a certain way that is different from the rest, from the norm, from the people in your life, and you know that, right? You expect them to treat you in ways that you need to be treated because you're so different. You will always be disappointed because people cannot meet you here unless they are the same, right? And you'll know people who are the same when you meet them. You'll know it. But other than that, people cannot meet you here. There's never a way. There's never a way. So accepting that and not expecting them to treat you a certain way will save you so much heartache, will save you so much letdown, right? Because you know that they don't have the capacity to meet you where you're at and to fulfill certain needs that you have, right? And more so from a spiritual, emotional level, usually. And a lot of times mentally here with the Scorpio energy as well. People cannot really meet you at your mental level either, because your thoughts are so out there, you know. Okay. Let's keep going. And not to say that you can't be practical and down to earth and, you know, have a common sense and all that. I mean, you can, right? But you're so intense, you're so passionate that your thoughts, your desires, your emotions match those words, right? Intensity, passionate, really deep. So people can't really meet you there physically, mentally, emotionally. Okay. Spiritually. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I think that you're feeling like love is gone. You're feeling like this one wants to come out. The Magician. There's lack here. And even though what I said is all true still, okay, I believe that strongly, and that message came through strongly for you. But even though, right, let's just say you're not expecting much, you're just expecting like the norm and what's required of this situation, right, from an emotional level. You know, so is somebody doing the bare minimum? Is somebody not doing enough? Knight of Cups, Ten of Swords. There is definitely an ending here as it relates to some sort of like emotional situation, a situation where there once was a lot of love, a lot of romance, and this doesn't have to be a romantic thing either. I'm getting for some people, this is like friendships as well. But, yeah, just so much care was once there. There was intention, there was focus, there was direction toward two people or a group of people coming together from a place of love and sharing and giving that love. And this is gone. At the same time, the Empress and the Magician wanted to come out. The Empress came out, Magician wanted to come out right there with it. You have to remember how strong you are and what you're capable of. And I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing, because like what you're capable of, especially dealing with situations like this, can be pretty damaging. Okay. But at the same time, you're an Empress, male or female. So you have what you need. And if this is happening here, it's not to your standard, right? Because an Empress is elevated, right? There's a higher status here in some way. And so this is just not meeting your standards. Even if what I said is true about people never being able to really meet those standards, there's still this minimal effort happening. And the Five of Swords here is like, I don't know if this is you, them, the both of you, or what, right? Because I'm also feeling for some of you here, there is a little bit of like spiteful energy. It's like, okay, well, you don't want to meet me halfway or meet me or do what I need or whatever, right? Then I won't either. Or, you know, if you hurt me, right? This could be consciously or unconsciously. If you hurt me, I will hurt back, right? And there is energy about you actually doing that here and creating and taking action, okay? Because the Magician is making me feel like you're doing something about it. The Empress has the skills, the resources, everything they need to do something about it. So it feels like you're doing something about it here. But, I don't know. Like I said, from the get-go, there's something you know, whether even if you don't have the facts. And you can tell based off of actions. You can tell based off of how somebody is behaving, right? Like, you're not dumb, right? It doesn't take a genius or a super psychic clairvoyant to know what's going on here. This Empress feels betrayed. This Empress feels like they don't deserve it. They don't deserve this. Okay. All right, Scorpio, I hope that gave you some sort of clarity to your current situation and you navigate it as best as you can. And that's your reading for the week. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. All right, let's see who's next. Sagittarius, welcome into your reading. I'm so glad you're here. All right, so let's start off with one card. What is the overall energy of the week for the Sagittarius, please? One card for the Sagittarius weekly energy. What is the general message here? Kairos. Okay, so this deck is one of my favorites, but some of these cards I'm not familiar too much with, and this is one of them. And I knew this was going to happen, but I still felt the need to use this deck today. So let's see. Kairos, 219. Yeah, it's one of the last ones. So mythic time and synchronicity. We have all had the experience of timelessness, a life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there's a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. Okay, beautiful. So, something's happening this week that is meant to be. I feel like all things obviously are meant to be, but sometimes like things happen and we notice it a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's more impactful and we take a second and we stop to take in the moment. Maybe it's a moment where you know that, okay, this is going to be the beginning of something, right? I don't know if it's going to be the beginning of something good or bad, but this could, it's also making me feel time jump, time shift, which I feel like we do not knowing it like on a daily basis, right? Especially when we do something that's like out of the ordinary. But I feel like you're going to sense it and it's going to be stronger, that you're going to know, like, wait a minute. Like, for one, I'm getting deja vu, like you've been here before, or like you knew this was going to happen. Like you have this strong feeling that this was going to happen. And maybe you didn't even realize that until it happened, right? But there is a moment that you're going to have, that you're going to realize this is meant to be. This is destiny, right? Like maybe there's coincidence or synchronicity going on this week. Maybe you're feeling like, okay, like if you had any doubt in something, maybe you're going to realize something this week or see something this week that's like, okay, it puts those doubts to rest, right? Like, oh, I know. Now I know that this is for me. Now I know that this is meant for me. You know, like maybe before you didn't know that. All right, what's in your personal energy? Queen of Pentacles. Super strong. So strong that it feels very much like you're taking on the world here in some way. And that's like literally or figuratively, you know, but it feels like that. And maybe you feel like that. Maybe you feel like, oh, I can do this. Like, I would just watch out for like over promising or saying yes to everything, because you have the capacity, you have the resources, you have the money, you have the time. But take on the things that mean something to you, that you're connected to, that you want to do, right? Because there's so much creative energy that comes through with the Queen of Pentacles, and he or she also manifests, right? Like, they literally put their hands to use, they get their hands dirty, and they bring things to life that were not there before. Okay. And that's a strong message for you this week, or at this time. There's something about you bringing something to life that was not there before. She's very cautious and practical, right? Like, she wants to make sure, he or she wants to make sure that the effort that they put into something is going to get a payoff, right? Like, they're not going to do something for nothing. So there's a lot of like practical thinking here before the Queen of Pentacles starts a project or makes a decision or something like that. They want to be as efficient as possible. They want to make sure that the gains are bigger than the effort. And maybe not all the time, but I do feel that right now with this card. Okay, what's in the details? Let's get some more information for the Sagittarius. There's a lot of like comfort in your energy, like feeling strong, stable, secure here. And also feeling sure. Okay, like the trust, or not the trust. Yeah, I guess the trust, but like you know that something is true, right? Like, you know, you're sure of something, like super strongly. Okay. So you have the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and what is this? The Four of Cups. So the opportunities are coming through, maybe not as clearly as you wanted them to. There is a sense of, I don't know if like change, it feels so far, okay, it like with these cards, I don't know what's going to come through with the next three, but so far it feels like you're in a moment of life where you know something's going to change. Okay? Like, things are happening in your environment, whether this is in your family dynamics, your work environment, your social circles, even just like your daily routine, that you're noticing little tweaks here and there. Like, maybe you're so into your routine and consistency and dependability of a life that you've cultivated, like the foundation that you've built, right? Like how you live, and you're so used to that, but little by little you started to see little changes, and these may not be obvious. These could be just more of a gut feeling. They could be where maybe you're really sensitive to your environment, so like you pick up on little things that a normal person who is insensitive like that just would oversee or overlook. And so the change is not there yet, or like this time it's like just starting. It's like opening up a gift, right? Like you're unwrapping a box to get the gift inside. And I don't know if you're taking that very well here with the Four of Cups. I feel like you're saddened that things are changing little by little, and you can foresee the future in some way, right? Like foresee a different time that is to come based off of the changes that you're seeing now. Therefore, your guard is starting to come up, and the cautious part of this Queen of Pentacles that I picked up on is starting to, you know, bubble up to the surface here, right? Like, okay, hold on, right? Like maybe you feel like something's happening too fast, or before it starts happening fast, you want to get ahead of it. You want to like reel it back in. But the Page of Pentacles is here saying, like, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for something that you don't currently have. Knight of Wands, that's you right there. The Magician. Yeah, there's an opportunity here. And I think you see that as well. But you can't help but it's because of uncertainty, you know? Like the Four of Cups feeling is because of uncertainty. Like sometimes I feel that you can get lost in your thoughts, and you can see a vision that is not there, but because you see something happening, or you see a person making a certain choice, or you know, taking a certain action or something like that, and it's just like one thing leads to another in your mind, where you start to like see the worst case scenario, and it's just like, oh, because so and so is doing this, all of this is going to change. My whole life is going to change, right? Because one person is showing interest in something that is new to you. That's an example. But little do you know that there is an opportunity for you to create, for this thing to show itself and mold itself and develop itself into something good, right? With the Page of Pentacles, the opportunities are endless here. Page of Pentacles, it's like here the universe is giving you something tangible, but it's still in the beginning stage. What are you going to do with it? Right? Like, what are you going to do with it? The Queen of Pentacles with the Magician, like manifesting energy here. But Knight of Wands, I don't know. Because sometimes the Knight of Wands is so quick to take action, so quick to make up their mind on something. Yeah, there's a lot of fast energy here because you have the Eight of Wands as well. Yeah, something's moving super quickly. I mean, before you know it, you're going to be in that new timeline that Kairos spoke about, right? Before you know it, you're going to be creating the thing already. And even though you don't see it as a positive right now, eventually you're going to be in the mix of it, in the thick of it, and you're just going to like realize like, whoa, like how did I get here? Right? Like I'm already here. This is already happening. I'm already creating. I'm already manifesting. It's already set in motion. And you're going to keep going, right? It's going to happen super quickly. This week may be really fast for you. This week may have a lot of high tempo energy, but not without a sense of caution and a little bit of sadness for what you perceive that you've lost, which I honestly, like in like all of my being is telling me like you haven't lost anything. You're only gaining here. Okay. It's just your perspective. All right, Sagittarius. Well, that is your reading for the week. I hope you got something out of it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Okay, let's see who's next. Capricorn, welcome into your reading, Capricorn. Glad you're here. All right, so let's get started with an overall energy card for the week. Okay, what's happening this week in the Capricorn's life? What are the major themes? What's important to the Capricorn this week? What do they need to know? Capricorn, please. One card for the weekly energy. The seed. All right. So this week you are just thinking, all right? You're not, so things are not necessarily happening yet. These are ideas, these are concepts. This is you just putting something together, starting the project, thinking of the plan, right? Like this is you bringing something up to somebody to see what they think about it, how they feel about it. And then this is you also thinking to yourself, like, how do you feel about it even, right? Like the seed is planted, there's an idea, there's a thought here. And it's just like, like what would that be like? Can I get that done? Is that something that's possible for me to do? Maybe if you're dealing with other people, you want to work with them on something, or if this is like a relationship thing, you want to be with them, and maybe you're bringing it up for the first time, right? Or you're insinuating things here, and you just want to gauge your surroundings, gauge your environment, gauge how other people think about your idea, okay? And then of course, like just planting the seed, it's going to take time, you know, it's going to take time for that seed to, germinate and, grow into a little seedling. And then after that happens, then you have to think of like, well, how are you going to take care of it? Right. Like once it does happen, like once it starts to grow, whatever this thing is, there's other types of things to consider, right? Like so you want to think like a little bit further down the line to see if those actions that you have to take care of this once it gets going is something that you can handle. So yeah, it's just very much in the beginning stages right now. I'm getting somebody found a seed. I don't know if that's like literal or a metaphorical thing, but you found a seed. Okay, so maybe you came across like a topic. Maybe you saw something online, like on social media, and like you found this new thing that you're interested in, right? Like maybe it's going to be a new hobby for you, or you want to try it out to see if it's something that you're good at, or like you came across, you found it. All right, your personal energy is the Knight of Swords. Lots of ideas here, Capricorn. Lots of thoughts, lots of mental stimulation. You could be spending a lot of time on social media as well, like looking at these topics or this hobby or whatever it is. But yeah, it's just a lot of like intellectual things going on. Knight of Swords. I feel like you want to get away. I feel like you've had this energy of like, I want to just go. I want to get away from something for like a while. So I don't know if I'm reading for the same Capricorn or same group of Capricorns, which I hope I'm reading for the same group of Capricorns. But it's like, I felt this with you. I've read this for you already. So some of you may really honestly be thinking about leaving a place, leaving a job, leaving a relationship, retiring, moving, and that seed's been planted. Okay, so maybe like the weeks before you were thinking about it, but this week you are going to take the first step and plant the seed. Okay, metaphorically. Yeah, you can't help but go toward your desires, which you being a Capricorn, like can't help it, period. Like you're very much like that. But in this case, like it's just so profound, it's pronounced, it's so loud. Your desires, your soul is so loud with this. It's like becoming borderline obsessive about it. It's becoming a thing where this is all you think about, and this is how you know that you're ready to make a decision, right? When you start to get obsessed with something and it's all you think about. Like once you get to that level, like you're already making it happen, whether you realize it or not. Like I feel like that's how you work a lot of the time. Yeah, like there's no way that you can go against yourself here. And it's just getting louder and louder and louder. Okay, let's get some more details for the Capricorn. Yep, the Magician. The Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. Man, that's powerful energy. Seven of Swords. Like, did I say you want to get away? Seven of Swords, literally. Even though I don't always agree with the Seven of Swords approach, because sometimes the Seven of Swords can be like, just a little low vibe, but the concept and like what the Seven of Swords represents is getting away from something, right? And using your intellect and your mind to create a plan, to strategize, okay? To think about like that, what I said earlier about what are you going to do once this seed's been planted? What are you going to do once it's growing? Right? Like where are you going to be then? Do you have the money? Do you have the time? Do you have the capacity? Like, do you have the physical ability to do the thing? I don't know what it is, you know? But the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune, forget it. Like, you are completely manifesting this thing right now. And the universe is like, let's do it, right? Me and you, I got you. Let's do it together, right? Like, I'll put you in the right place at the right time. I'll, you know, make this person think of you, so that way they can give you this opportunity, or I will, you know, like however the universe works, right? Like it's doing its part, and you're doing the part of like just focusing on what you can control, taking action on what you can control here. And so the both of you, as though the universe is your friend or your partner or something, are doing this together. And maybe for some of you, like you are in fact doing this with another person. One person is like using their skills and talents and their know-how and their capability, and the other person has resources or has like knows people, you know. But either way, you're coming sorry, excuse me, you're coming up with a plan. And then also this has to also do with like when you get away, or like the plan that you're creating, you don't really want people to know. You don't want them to like expect it, okay? Or maybe you just want to like get away with it, like fly under the radar in a sense. So yeah. These eyes though, I don't know if like people have eyes on you or you're the one that has eyes on them. I would just be careful, right? Especially if you want to be like quiet and hush hush about this situation. I would just say like no, like who can you trust? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you sure you can trust that person that you told? And before you tell somebody, are you sure that you want to tell them? Like maybe you are just expressing yourself about your feelings around this idea or this decision that you've made. And so you're thinking that you're just talking about it to a friend or whatever, like you're just expressing yourself. But I feel like somebody here in your life or in your surroundings may take that literal or may do something with that information. Is this getting fuzzy? I feel like it's getting fuzzy. Hello? Oh, it's lagging. Dang it. Sorry about it. I hope this part comes out okay. Okay, so then you also have the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords along with the King of Cups. So 7 of Swords and 8 of Swords. Okay, so I mean, I would just say like slow down a little bit. Slow down and really assess the situation. Really come up with a solid plan. Maybe do it the right way, right? Like, don't be so spontaneous and ruled by a moment of emotion, because if you're not careful, you may find yourself in a really tight situation. Okay, so even though you are following your higher self and what you know you want to be true, emotionally here with the King of Cups, you're definitely connected emotionally to this pursuit or this thing, but you have 2 sword cards here that are definitely not the best sword cards, okay? I mean, not all, like most of the sword cards are not good, but these are like pretty bad, right? Like these are heavy. Because there is literally a possibility of you being sort of trapped in a situation that you can't get out of with the 8 of Swords, and you're trying to leave it and you're doing everything that you can. But it's not going to be easy. And so that's why I'm saying for you to be careful with like what your plan is. I'm getting heavy devil vibes with this King of Cups though. Like, I don't know, this is alcohol, substance abuse, addiction, partying, or maybe you want to get away and do all this thing for the sake of just have like partying, right? Like, I don't know, just a little bit destructive here. This King of Cups is surrounded with the 7 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. I feel like maybe this is you lashing out or like, what is the word? Like just defiant or like going against what you have to do or what you're told to do, which I feel like you do most of the time, or especially you don't want to do something. The Hierophant is saying like, just as long as you are true to self and what you stand for, as long as you're following this like inner moral compass, like you're authentic the entire time, then okay, right? Like, okay, do the thing. But if you're doing it because of spite or like to lash out at someone, or because you're overly emotional, like maybe someone pissed you off, and so you're just like in a blink of an eye, right? Like you make a decision and you just go another direction or something like that. Like all of this is just like caution. Okay, there's a lot of like caution that needs to happen here. Remember, you're only at the seed level. Like this situation is not ready for complete action yet. It's not ready to, it's not, I want to say cooked, right? Like it's not cooked, it's not prime, it's not ready. It's the beginning, step by step, baby steps here, planning it out, doing what's right, controlling your emotions, controlling your temper, things like that. Even though you want to get something going, you need to just hold on a little bit, okay? All right, Capricorn, I hope that helped someone here. And you have a wonderful week in spite of all this, all right? We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Okay, let's see who's next. All right, Aquarius, welcome into your reading. So glad you can make it. All right, so let's get started with one card for the energy of the week, the overall topic or focus What is up with the Aquarius at this time, please? One card for the Aquarius group that I'm picking up on today. The Mother. All right. So I don't know if you're the mother or you're playing a mother figure or just your mother in general is coming up. Either way, the message here is connecting with the mother archetype of self, or like needing to be mothered. Okay, so what do we go to moms for, right? For a sense of support, for nourishment, for care, for love, for strength. There's something about the influence that your mom or your mother figure has on you, or lack of. The gentleness that you need in life, and whether you got this, whether you got all of this from your mother or not. There's something about like connecting with that energy, the energetic parts, okay, of what the mother archetype represents. So yes, granted, for some of you, you're going to be, your mom is a big focus at this time. But for others of you, it's just the energetic archetype of being mothered, right? Like maybe your inner child is crying out at this point, at this time of life, and you need to connect with the divine mother, the divine feminine, to come into your life and to take hold of you, right? To cradle you, to wrap you up in her arms and tell you everything is going to be okay, right? To tell you that you're perfect how you are, that everything is fine, you're doing a good job, you know, to guide you to where you need to be, right? Like maybe you have lost your direction, or you lost your sense of self or something like that. And you want to connect and tap into your higher mother, right? Like the divine mother archetype, to help you find your way again. For some of you, if you are interested, or you have belief systems around like witchcraft or anything like that, like a deity, a feminine deity may be calling and asking you to work with her at this time. Whether you have already worked with a feminine deity yet, or this is new to you, but there is a strength, a strong feminine that is trying to connect with you, that is trying to work with you right now. So it's important to be aware of this, to be present, in like, especially with what you're feeling, with your intuition and instincts, to hear the call. Okay. All right, what's in the personal energy for the Aquarius? Mind, heart, body, soul. Five of Cups. Yeah, you probably like, and yeah, this is very strong. Okay, so I'm sorry, it just gave me like a vision of an experience that I had. Sometimes just I want to talk about the feminine deities a little bit. So when you are called or working with one, you know, and you see images like this, whether that's in your dreams, maybe you have like a out of body experience, maybe you're looking out the window and something from afar looks like the shape of something like this. Like, this is how it looks like, right? When it comes to you, when you see it, right? Like it is a hovering, strong, extremely strong presence when it arrives. And I feel like it's going to arrive for somebody here. Okay. I'm not saying everybody, but there is at least somebody, a person here who is going to experience something like this. And it's easy for us to ignore it or to just take it in for a moment and then forget about it later, right? But this is the call, okay? Because 5 of Cups, because somebody here is in need. Somebody here is in need of help. And because they've lost, right? Like they've been forgotten. They've been let go of, they're alone. They're lost. They've lost their way. They're focused on the past. They're focused on what they've lost instead of focused on what they have and what they could have. And this mother archetype is coming in to help this person, whoever you are, find your way again. But I want to stress that this doesn't mean that you go out looking for this. This isn't a personal, private, internal connection, right? Like, look up guided meditations, guided hypnotherapy. Go to channels that talk about how to connect with your feminine, how to connect with the feminine mother, or how to connect with deity, whatever, right? Like, these are things that are in the spiritual elements, and this is healing as well. Like, somebody here needs some shadow work, needs to do really strong shadow work of you want to go to the experience, the root of where all of this happened, right? It could be your childhood. It could be a significant moment in life that is hurting, right? That makes you hurt. And you go there and in your mind, in your memory, in meditation, to connect with that version of you and experience that moment again, to be able to face it and heal from it. And it doesn't take just one moment or one session, right? Like, this is a long time practice of doing this enough to be able to forgive, to accept, to release. Okay. Like, those are the big things, right? In that moment when you are connecting with that version of yourself over and over, right? In multiple sessions, you face it to forgive, accept, and release. So that way you can move forward, right? And along the way, you envision yourself being held and cuddled and protected by the feminine, okay? And yeah, so this very much so is for somebody who is really hurting at this time and who needs love and care to be able to heal. And maybe this is not you. Maybe this is somebody in your life who's experiencing this, but you're hearing this so that way you can help them and guide them to where they need to be. Do you know what I mean? 7 of Pentacles. 5, oh, the Hierophant. Looks a little crooked. 3 of Wands. All right. So the Hierophant here is asking you to try your best to get away from the constraints of society and expectations. Okay? Trying your best to do this differently, and it's not what you expect. It's not what you're supposed to do. You got to come from a place of personal, authentic, sincere power, right? Like, who you are at your core, at the soul level, right? What makes you you, what you stand for, what you believe in, your moral compass, your ethical code, right? Like, who you are, instead of trying to please or appease an environment, an institution, a company, even your elders, or people who just expect you to be a certain way, right? Situations that expect you to show up a certain way. Like this is this is asking you to get away from that, okay? The Seven of Pentacles is saying you need to revise your approach, your belief system. I'm getting for somebody here, your belief system is about to change. Like your spiritual, what you believe about the world, about life, about the universe. For some of you, this could be like religious, of course, right? Because the Hierophant's here as well. So yeah, there's something about like, maybe, for example, I'm just giving an example. Maybe you were raised, right, with a really strong Catholic background. But at this time of life, you are starting to connect more with other pantheons, other belief systems, right? Like maybe the Catholic ways, religion is not connecting with you. You don't feel at home there or at peace there. Maybe you're looking for something that's more feminine based, right? And so you start diving into that, but it's going against what is expected of you, that what the social norm is, which is exactly what the Hierophant is saying to do. And then of course you have the Three of Wands, where I feel like you've already started some research. You've already started walking in a certain path. And it's only a matter of time before you find yourself completely immersed in something new. And maybe you don't know what you're going into yet, right? But you know you're being guided and you're being called toward something else, towards something else. And your soul needs healing. You're not getting the healing at this time with like whatever belief system you have. So whether you know it or not, it's like your soul is pushing you toward a certain path. King of Cups, Page of Wands, Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of pent up energy with the Knight of Swords. I feel like it needs to be expressed. It needs to come out. I don't know if you're going up against the King of Cups. Or no, it doesn't feel like that actually. Honestly, it feels like the King of Cups is somebody who can see what you're going through and who has the knowledge, experience, wisdom to sort of guide you, okay? It feels like King of Cups, male or female in your life, is a guardian of a world, essentially. Like if you were to put this person in a cartoon or in a movie or something, like this character is an archetype of a personality or behaves in ways, right? Or has a role, more so, has a role of guarding something sacred. And you're approaching this, and the King of Cups, male or female, is like the person that can let you in. So I don't know what that looks like for you in your life, okay? But it does feel like that. Like they are sort of judging, I guess. They're judging you in a way of like, are you ready for this? Or are you sort of like the right type? I'm getting that. Like, are you the right type? I don't know what that means. So yeah, they are eyeing you already and sorting out whether or not you're the right type for whatever they represent. It's not theirs though. Okay, whatever you're going into, like the door that you are coming up toward, it's not their thing, but they guard it. I don't know what that means, guys. Okay. Page of Wands, Knight of Swords. There is definitely a nonchalant energy, a cool, comfortable, casual energy here with the Page of Wands that I'm getting. It's almost as though whether this King of Cups allows you in or not, it's all good, right? Like, I'm still on a path. I'm still going toward something, whatever my soul is calling me to do. And if this opportunity, this door is not the right one for me, cool. No hard feelings, fine. But I'm still going. I'm still in pursuit. I'm still looking for my place. That's what it feels like here. Yeah. And if you do any type of meditative work, you don't even have to. Just go outside. Just go outside and call and ask, right? Like, ask the universe, like, tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. Guide me to where I'm supposed to be. Give me some sort of direction, right? Like, obviously the universe isn't going to call you and say, hey, like, go here, do this, but it will present opportunity. It will present a path, it will answer the call. The universe will always answer the call. And, it can come through in forms of these types, these archetypes. Okay. If you're needing to know right now, like, what do I do? You follow your mother instincts, whether that's your motherly advice, whether that's what would you tell your child as a mother, even if you're a male, whether that's, just connecting with the feminine archetype in general, right? This could even be like Gaia, Mother Earth, like going toward more of that feminine power is your first step. Okay, whatever and however that looks for you. All right, well, that is your reading for now, Aquarius. I hope you got something out of it and you have a great week. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Okay, let's see who's next. Pisces. Hey, Pisces, welcome into your reading. So glad you are here with us today. All right, let's start with a weekly energy card. What's up with the Pisces this week? What is the overall theme? What is most important for the Pisces to know for this week coming up? Or this week that we're on, sorry. Pisces. The One. Okay. All right. Different things are coming through with this card for me. I mean, for some of you this week or at this time of life, you are contemplating on what's right for you. Okay. You're contemplating on what is yours, what you feel connected to, what is the best option or the best thing. For others of you, you are the best thing. You are the chosen one. You are the right one. For either a group of people, an organization, maybe somebody in your life is thinking like you're the one for them, you're the right one. But if you are feeling, or not feeling, if you have multiple, whatever this is, if you have multiple of something, you're definitely guided and called to pick one at this time. And this one thing is going to share or shed some light about something. This one thing is going to, like, maybe right now you don't see how clear, like, you don't, okay, I'm getting this, right? Like, it doesn't seem clear to you what the one is. It doesn't seem clear to you about which one is yours, or it doesn't seem clear to you that you are the one. But once this thing is chosen, then you will know, like you will see it. It'll be clear, right? That, whoa, like there is no doubt, there is no hesitation, right? There's no second guessing. This thing is for you. This one is yours, or you are the one, right? There's no, and for some of you, it's also a matter of you're the only one that can do something right now. All right, let's get a personal card. What's up with the Pisces personal energy, mind, heart, body, soul at this time? It will be illuminated. It will be clear. Oh yeah, like you have a target. I don't know if this is like a deadline. Excuse me. I'm hearing target practice. So like maybe you're preparing to take something for yourself. It feels like that. Like you're preparing to take something for yourself. This thing may be like the energy of it is in action. I don't know. I can't really like I'm just getting what I'm seeing, like what I'm feeling, right? Like when it comes to intuition. So I can't make sense of it yet. But it feels like this thing is in action. It's going, it's flying, it's zigzagging, it's moving. And you are trying to like pin it down, basically. Okay, you're trying to pin it down. And catch it. Okay, it is your target, but the target is constantly moving and you're trying to catch it. Now, Four of Pentacles in of itself, because that was just me going based off of the imagery of the card and my intuition, but the Four of Pentacles talks about an energy of holding on and not letting go, an energy of saving up, all right, like making it yours and only yours, which goes hand in hand with the one card here, but making it yours and only yours. And not letting it go, not giving it away, not sharing, and putting your foot down, right? Like, this is my thing. For some of you, you are saving money. For some of you, this is money, a money situation. Okay, like you're putting money away for something that you want, that you feel is yours, that you need to have, to prepare for whatever it is that you're trying to shoot, right? Like your target, like you're trying to get something, like attain, acquire. Okay, and I don't know if this is a person or a thing or an opportunity, but it's like, this is mine. I want it. I'm going to get it. So you're practicing to get it. You're trying to get it. You're working at it. But at the same time, you're also preparing yourself to have it. Okay. So you have the Three of Wands, Six of Wands, a lot of passionate energy of taking action, initiating something, movement, physical assertion, physical movement. Wheel of Fortune. Three of Wands, Six of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Definitely, you're going to get the thing. Okay, with the Six of Wands here, there's no doubt that you're going to accomplish. You're going to be victorious. It will be yours. It's already destined here with the Wheel of Fortune. The universe is also working with you on this one. When the Wheel of Fortune comes out, that's how it makes me feel, right? Like the universe is leading you, is guiding you, is telling you, like, I know where this is, right? Like, I know what you want and I know where it is. Follow me. I'll take you to it. Okay, that's what the Wheel of Fortune is saying here. And the Six of Wands is like, okay, let's go. I'm gonna, right? Like, you go and you get the thing. The Three of Wands, you like I said, this is redundant, but it's, you've already started to prepare for it. With the Three of Wands, you made your choice. You did the work, right? And you're waiting for your results. Like, you know what's to come. There's no doubt in your mind that you're going to get the thing. But there could be like a waiting period this week or at this time. You may feel a little out of sorts. It feels like you have been so preoccupied with this thing. You've been getting things together and like working at it so much that all of the sudden you might feel a day or two where you're not really like moving or nothing's really happening. Like, there is literally a waiting phase to this whole thing. Okay. So just so you know, if you're taking this reading seriously, that those few days of waiting, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. It just means that it's not ready yet. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. I mean, what? This is so good. The Empress here, I mean, I don't even know. Like, you are sitting in a time of life where you are abundant, you have everything you need, things are put in place. The Empress is not the Empress for nothing, right? Like, this is not the type of person that just what is it, like, that didn't work for it, right? The Empress has done the work to get where he or she, to get where she is, you know? To be able to have such a solid, secure foundation, a solid, secure way of living, a good, high quality way of living. So much so that she is able to provide and share and be generous with her life and her resources and, you know, whatever it is that people need. There's a lot of fertility, meaning there's a lot of creativity that wants to come through here with the Empress. There could be like literal concepts of fertility, but also figuratively, you know, as well, right? Like creating something, bringing something to life, watching it grow, nurturing it to grow. You may be spending a lot of time outside, like connecting. If you're not, you should like spend some time outside connecting with the land and with nature, right? Like Mother Gaia in general. Because the more grounded you are and the more connected you are to this planet, to Earth, the more you're going to be able to manifest and bring things to life, right? Like that the Earth aspect, the Earth element is the element that actually manifests the thing. Like, that's when you see it and it's tangible when you're manifesting. So of course you need to be grounded. Of course you need to connect with Mother Gaia, right? Of course you need to be connected to the earth phase, the earthly realm, in order to manifest something that you want. And then of course it's surrounded by pentacles, which is more earth energy. The Nine of Pentacles is like almost the Star card, right? Like, this is happiness, like fulfillment, some sort of fulfillment. The Six of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles, you are definitely fulfilling something that you've been wanting. I'm getting like fulfilling something that you told yourself a long time ago that you would do. Okay. There's some of you here, or one, I don't know how many, like, I don't know, but somebody here told themselves a long time ago that they were going to do something in life, and they're doing it now. There is some room for improvement here. There's like, obviously nothing is perfect. And I would say like those few days while you're waiting for this thing to come up, or this, like, for it to happen, you can work on making something better. Okay, not to say that the thing is bad, but there's some part of life, there's some aspect of life that you can put a little bit of attention to right now. That one thing that you have been thinking about, like, man, I need to fix that, or I need to work on that, or, I need to put more focus on this. Like, um, because something needs to be tweaked and fixed a little bit. But other than that, like, you're definitely on the right track here. So this is a beautiful reading for you, Pisces. I'm really happy for you. Good luck, and I hope this week turns out amazing. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.